New Year's Eve. Hope you're having a lot of fun doing this. I know I am. We are working on clue 4 now. This one has a few kind of hard-ish, not really. They're not hard at all. What am I saying? It's half-square triangles and flying geese. But it's the layout of the block that's a little bit tricky. So if you'll look at the things here, we have half-square triangles, we have flying geese, and then we have the big flying geese. And these squares here, we're going to make 2 at a time, 2 half-square triangles at a time. So we're going to draw a line, so 1/4 inch either side, cut down the middle, and press toward the dark. Here you already have them made, so we're just going to do them like that. Be sure that you keep my black on the same side and the green on the same side. They need to be just like that, because in the end, we're putting those half-square triangles to the outside. So here's like my green, and over here's my black. So we have flying geese. These are the small ones from up on the previous page. So these are the small flying geese. Those are our half-square triangles, and that's that large flying geese that was on the top on the previous page. You will have 4 of these blocks once you're finished. Each part of the block is going to measure 5 by 9.5 or 6.5 by 12.5. Each of these flying geese down here are going to be 5 by 3, those, or 3.5 by 6.5. And then these are going to be 3 or 3.5, depending on which size you did. So this needs to make, a zigzag here, but you're going to have a dark and a medium, and it gives you a 3D effect. Okay, so that is the first block. And then the second block in that clue is so easy. You have everything all cut out. We're just going to lay out these, which are the same because that is going to be rotated and put down there. So these are very easy. Then we lay in our other blocks. And once we're finished, we're going to have 4 of these beauties here. Okay, so 4 of the 4 patches and 4, confirming, yes, 4 of the ziggy zaggies with the flying geese at the top. So that is clue 8 blocks. Your finished blocks are going to be 9.5 or 12.5 for both sets. And when you're finished with this clue, I want you then to go to your design wall, whatever you use, the floor, and I want you to play around with the blocks and see what you can come up with. I can't wait to see what you come up with for those, because clue 5, which is in 2 hours, give or take, is the reveal the way I did it. So I can't wait to see what you come up with between now and then. Mine is back here behind me, so I'll show you then. I did kind of want to give you a little bit of my sewing room, a little bit of history or whatever. Anyway, I'm Debbie Montgomery with Mystery Quilts Anonymous. I started Mystery Quilts Anonymous on July 4th, actually, 2018, because I am an addict to doing mystery quilts, and I just couldn't find enough, so it's what I do now, and I love it. I love playing with color. I love playing with shapes. I love rotating things to see how we can get a different design. Anyway, if you want to know more, just ask. This is my, I don't know, maybe brainstorming section of my office. This is the computer where I have all my designing software and stuff like that. It starts on my iPad or my phone with little cheap apps. If you want to know what those are, just ask and I will let you know. Uh, then I use EQ8 on my Mac for the actual designing part of it, which is very helpful. I did close it down because I am working on the retreat for New England right now in EQ8, which stands for Electric Quilt, and I believe it's might be the 8th version. I don't know, but it's EQ8 anyway. If you look around, you probably see over here in the window, so I don't know how good you're going to see. You can see a wedding dress and some shoes, and that front dress is my Mother of the Bride dress. Yes, our daughter is getting married in 30 days. So I've been busy with that. But I also wanted to show you my sewing area. I sew on a Janome M7 Continental Professional machine, which I absolutely love. I don't know if I could get a machine that I loved any more than that one. And I want you to look at that sewing table. That thing is pristine. There is nothing on there. I have no UFOs there, which is way cool. And then if you come over here, you'll see my cutting area, which aside from these two flimsies that I just finished yesterday, which I can't share with you because they're future mysteries. So aside from those, would you look at that? It's pristine. There isn't anything there. I am so proud of myself. I finished the last of those two flimsies yesterday, which was my New Year's Eve. So I came into 2026 with a perfectly clean slate. So I am ready to dive in and do so many mysteries for you. I have sew-alongs. I have so many ideas in my head for 2026. I am so excited for. But last is this wall over here, which has my ironing area or pressing area or whatever you want to call it. I do have a steam iron. It's a Russell Hobbs in New Zealand. I can't remember who does one in the United States, but if you contact Kramer Sew and Vac in Cincinnati, they were where I saw it in the first place. So I came home and bought one that I could actually plug into the wall here. It has a water reservoir, and then you can steam or you can dry iron as you wish. I love it. Don't go anywhere without my wool pressing mats. I have two here on my Honey Made ironing board. If you want dimensions or whatever on that, this is a perfect dimension. The only thing I would change is I might round one end so that I can press his shirts or my dresses if I need to. The last thing on that wall is my homemade design wall. What we did, because we have small dogs, what we did was we let it hang. This is just what we call flannelette here in New Zealand. It's probably just flannel anywhere else. I chose white because it's the color of the wall. And we made it with hooks so that I can roll it up. I can even put a quilt on it and roll it up, and it's out of the dog's way. To reach the top though, I have to have my step stool. So, because we did make it basically floor to ceiling. So aside from that, let's get clue 4 done. While you're doing clue 4, I may go pick some fabrics for a quilt that I got in my head. And I will see you at 3 p.m. my time with the reveal. I'm looking forward to it. See you then.